Great day, Grand Rising, top of the top two. I'm Brian Hyppolite, and this is Manifest Nation. This is a space where the generational curse breakers come. Those who are learning to heal themselves show up. This is where the divine visionaries and planners and builders assemble so that we can be greater than we've ever been as individuals and as a collective. If this is your first time tapping in with me, I'm a 10-time author. I've helped 28 people become first-time authors so far. Now I've been teaching and mentoring on personal development, elevation of self, tapping in with your divinity, and maximizing your potential so that you can create the life and legacy that you desire. It's been a good 5 years since I've been doing this, and I've been able to help so many people all around the world. But it all started with this one book, Manifesting You, 111 Keys to Unlocking Your Divinity. Big shout out to everyone who has read this book, listened to the audio book, read the ebook, got the workbook, been in one of the courses or classes. And of course, much love and light to my Manifest University family. This is what birthed Manifest Nation. And I want to take you back to the moment where it all started. See, it was 2019 and my spirit started talking to me. And I was used to hearing it. I was pretty good at following it. But at this moment, so this is what it was saying. I'm gonna just tell you, and you can help me sort it all out. Before I do that, man, shout out everyone here in the chat. Shout out Manifest Nation. Shout out everyone watching on YouTube. Shout out to everyone that's integrated from Facebook and from TikTok and from IG. Make sure that you are liking and subscribing. The first 111 subscribers, I have something amazing for you, something I've never done, something you won't find anywhere else. The first 111 subscribers, you're not only are you going to get access to the powerful and amazing and vibing Manifest Nation Discord, but you're going to get 8 of my ebooks absolutely free. In addition to that, you're also going to get the Manifesting You, a digital copy of the Manifesting You workbook. When I say these 9 documents will change your life and your legacy, are going to equip you with the knowledge and clarity that you need to be greater than you've ever been. And as if that's not enough, you will also get some affirmations and some guided meditations from me. As if that's not enough, you're going to get access to private Q&As every month so that you can ask me your questions. I can give you some amazing answers. And you can continue to move in alignment and congruency with what's great for you, your life, and your legacy. Shout out to everyone that has already signed up for the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. We're starting September the 1st, and it's going to be a powerful time. We're going to be identifying. Before I go any further, I want to let you know you got about 24 hours at this point, 24 hours remaining to use discount code GREATER to save $50 on your access to the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. And what we're going to be doing in those 30 days is you're going to be getting daily videos from me, daily instructions. And our aim, our goal here is to identify the things that you believe, the core beliefs that you have that are disconnecting you from abundance. We are going to identify those things, then we're going to unlearn those things. Unlearn those beliefs and those belief systems that are tying you to lack and limitation, separating you from abundance and opportunity. We're going to identify, unlearn, and release those things. And then within those 30 days, simultaneously, we will rewire the thoughts that you are thinking, which are creating the beliefs that you are believing. We'll rewire those so that they are connecting you to the roads that go to wherever success is to you. It's going to keep you in alignment, keep you moving in congruency with your vision. And then we're also going to support those thoughts with the proper habits. The proper habits, the supportive habits that help you reach your goals, that empower you to get to the end. Discipline. We're going to support that. We're going to lock that in with the discipline, because your life is going to fall to the level of your discipline, not the level of your dreams. You give us 30 days. By the end of that 30 days, if you do what you're supposed to do, because I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. If you do what you're supposed to do and you follow through this 30-day program, you will be a much different, maybe unrecognizable version of yourself. What I do know for sure is you will be on track to accomplish your goals and create the desired reality and leave the desired legacy. We're talking about breaking generational curses and creating generational wealth in a 30-day time period, getting you off whatever program you're on and getting you on the right programming. I mean, just think about it. What could you do? What would you accomplish if you were applying the right formula with the right mindset, the right reactive instincts? 30 days. Now imagine what happens after that when you actually get momentum. You're not only doing it and you're, without looking at your daily planner to figure out what you're supposed to be doing and not needing the constant reminders to keep your mindset in check. Yeah, it's beginning to be your natural habit, your natural response to life, the natural way that you empower yourself. Where are you going to be 30, 60, 90 days from now? Is it still going to be this version of you? I want you to envision this version of you next year. Is that where you want to be? Is that the version of you that would be creating the reality that you desire? If not, let's elevate. Let's elevate. Let's take it to a whole nother level. So yeah, you got about 24 hours left. So use discount code GREATER to save $50 on access to the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. There's 3 tiers, 3 levels to this, to the boot camp. So there's 3 levels of access. Pick the one that aligns with you and that's right for you. Secure your spot. This will be a sold out situation. So there's already less than 10 VIP spots. I know there's less than 25 premium spots. And our in general admission, basic admission, I don't know, but go ahead and do your thing. Get in there. Don't hesitate. Anti-hesitation is the way. Lock it in. But listen, let me take you back to where it all started. Manifesting You. It was 2019, and my soul was speaking to me. My soul was saying, "You need to write a book." All those notes that you've been taking about your divine transition that you're going through, about this rehabilitation that you're going through, of this unlearning and relearning of self that you're going through, all these notes that you've been taking and all these things that you've been writing down for a book. You need to put that in a book. You need to do it now. You already have the information. You need to do that now. And this was maybe February of 2019. Let me tell you what's also happening. My mother is entering or is in her last season of life. She's battling liver cancer. It's becoming more apparent that this is a losing battle. My daughters are 3 and 5. So I have my youngest sitting on my shoulders most of the day. She spent the first 3 years of her life just on my shoulders. Um, and then I have my 5-year old that's holding my hand. She's has spent almost all of her life just beside me, holding my hand. I'm a I'm my mom's caretaker. That's a full-time job. Parenting, that's a full-time job. I'm also working full-time hours in multiple businesses. I have a food truck. I have an event lounge that I'm living in at this moment because I have to pay my mom's rent. I have to pay for her medication. Her medication was $1,200 a month. I have to pay for the homemates that watch her when I go to work. That's $20 an hour. So I'm living in my event lounge to cut expenses. I have the food truck. I have this event lounge, and I have a home renovation company. All this going on in Tampa, Florida, and I'm selling weed. And I'm selling weed. Busy. Busy, man. I was a busy, extremely busy man. And my soul is telling me I need to sit down and I need to write a book. I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah, for sure. We definitely gonna do that. My soul is like, no, now. I'm talking about now. You need to do that now. That's what you need to be on now. I'm like, you bugging. How am I gonna be on that now? Look around. Look what's going on. Now we go through the year. My mother's health continues to get worse. By this time, we're pretty much aware she got maybe months left, but we're quite sure she's not going to see another birthday. It's my best friend. It's not just my mom. It's my best friend. It's my ride or die. It's the reason. And I'm watching her day by day die in front of me. So, man, that's taking such a toll on me. Anyway, because I'm dying too. A part of me is dying. Then I would have to walk out of that room and still be Superman for my daughters. Still be a waymaker, a way finder, a way creator for my legacy, for my purpose, for these businesses. You know, I didn't feel and going through that I even had the ability to write a book at that time. So we get to the end of the year. We get to maybe about November, and at this point, it's gone from my spirit whispering in this calm, still, powerful voice to it yelling at me. To when I wake up, it's on my head. It's, hey, you're going in the wrong direction. Now by the end of the year, things is, everything's going well about my mother's health. Her business is going well. All of them. And at this point, I'm telling self, like, you don't see what I'm doing? You don't see what's happening? Like, yeah, I hear you. I'm gonna get to it, but look around, man. Like, getting this money, we able to give mommy all these bucket list things that she wanna do. We taking her places she always wanted to go. And I'm finding enjoyment, so much enjoyment in the fact that I can give her almost everything that she wanted in her last season of life. I'm working hard to pull that off. Telling self, man, like, you don't see what's going on. I don't got time for that. And my soul, my spirit was like, listen, you're going in the wrong direction. I don't care what you're talking about. You are going in the wrong direction if you are not stopping what you're doing and writing a book. Now, God is great. God will always send you someone and knows a little something about what it is that you need to be doing. And that someone shows up at a time where you need a little bit of instruction, and they are there to offer it to you because they have the experience. And that someone showed up as a wonderful woman. Her name was Khadijah Grant. Big shout out to this best-selling author, an amazing woman. She pulled up on the scene right when she was supposed to. She was the brain trust to another genius from my hometown named Derek Grace. Shout out to Derek Grace. These two individuals gave me so much wisdom, so much information that allowed me to really step into this role that I'm in now. But at the time, Khadijah Grant um, had already published several books, written several books with other people, and had helped other people get through the threshold of becoming first-time authors, and so she was a great guide through this process of taking my thoughts and formatting them in a proper way to allow them to have great readability and just wonderful understandings as a writer of how to connect with the reader. And she helped me um, put this book together and put it in a form in a way that made sense from all these just scattered things that I had. And yeah, man, shout out to Khadijah Grant, bro. Like when I think about it right now, it's just like, man, this woman really changed my life for sure. And that's an understatement. She plays such an amazing part. Uh, that's responsible for so many lives changing. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, so she put me on game. She walked me through this process of publishing this book and showed me all these ways to monetize it. And so what we got here is me listening to my divine spirit and following it to divine timing. These divine opportunities and divine timing and divine things taking place. So when the story started, it was 2019, February. We've moved forward to November of 2019, where Khadijah is working with me on publishing this book. The book's done by December. The book is done by December. I release it in January. January 11th, 2020, I released this book, Manifesting You, 111 Keys to Unlocking Your Divinity. And And the very next month, it had a nice rollout. It had a nice rollout. The first 30 days was for someone who had never experienced anything like that. Um, it was cool. Like people were supporting it. Um, it was cool. Then the next month, COVID happened. When COVID happened, everything changed so quickly, so dynamically, because all of a sudden the world was sitting down, and when everyone was sitting down, intellectual property skyrocketed. Everybody was buying courses. Everyone was buying online, joining online communities. All that was going on. Now you want to know what stopped was the money that was coming in from all of my other streams of income. Let me say this. I stopped selling weed when I started selling books. I've not sold no substances or no drugs since I started selling books. That was the exchange that I was making. I'm gonna put this liability down. I'm gonna pick up this asset, and I'm gonna start selling this asset. Not having to look back. Never needed to look back because once February hit, man, it was like a wave, a monsoon, and all of a sudden, I released this course in February, Manifesting You course, and so many people got into that course. I created a Telegram channel for everyone that was in the course in case they wanted to contact me and ask me questions related to the course. That Telegram channel instantly turned into an active community that later turned into Manifest University, my online subscription service. That was 5 years ago, and we've been rocking every day, whether it's within our private community, our private Discord, our conversations. We've had 5 retreats. That's led to the Manifest Mentorship Program and so many other, amazing things that I'm able to do to help people unlearn what they need to, relearn what they need to, and be the greatness that they need to. So it all started though. It all started with this book. It all started with this one book that I look forward to playing for y'all in just a little bit. Just a little bit. But first I definitely want to thank you. I definitely want to thank you for the way that you've been supporting, for the way that you've been pulling up, the way that you've been coming through me, the way you've been streaming the music, the way you've been going to BrianHyppolite.com and supporting, the way you've been picking your price at BrianHyppolite.com and downloading my music. Thank you for all the letters, the emails, the comments, the DMs, for letting me know how much my art, my creation, my energy uh, means to you and has been impacting you. Like, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. And I mean that, y'all. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Let's get started. Let's get started with some vibes from Sagru. It's one of my favorite Western philosophers, yogis, healers, Sagru. I know he got a few words of wisdom for us. Check it out.
Survival process. As long as the survival, there's an instinct of survival and there is a longing to expand within the human being. So, for most human beings, these two things are mixed up. It is their instinct of survival which is finding expression as their longing to expand. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, anybody, you want to be something more. If that something more happens, you want to be something more. You can go on like this, how much more? Whatever you want, if I make it true for you right now, next moment you will be thinking, what more? Suppose I make you the king of not England, the planet. Will you be fulfilled? No, you will look at the moon, you look at other planets, you look at the other galaxies. If I give you one galaxy, you'll say, what about the other galaxy? Because there is something within a human being which wants to expand limitlessly. I didn't say it's not good. I'm just saying you have constipated that longing to expand. That's why you suffer. When I say constipated…
You can't grow your podcast if you spend all your time editing. So let's edit faster with Riverside.
Right now, you want to expand limitlessly. Can you expand this body limitlessly? Please don't. So physical expansion is a limited expansion and your longing is to expand limitlessly because there is something within you which doesn't like boundaries. See, if I imprison you in a 5x5 cubicle, you will feel terribly imprisoned. Then tomorrow I will announce your liberation and release you into 10x10 cubicle. You will feel wonderful for 2 days. Then you will feel horribly imprisoned. Then we will release you into a 100x100 cubicle. You will be fine for a week, after that you will feel miserable. Doesn't matter where I set the boundary. Once you feel the boundary, you want to break it. So there is something intrinsic within you which doesn't like boundaries. This is a consequence of the evolution that you've gone through. Once your cerebral cortex flowered, now you don't like boundaries. But you're trying to expand in an infinite way by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you ever count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and one day say infinity? You'll only get into endless counting. That's all that's happening. That's why I said your longing to expand is a limitless process. But right now you're constipated. You're going one little step at a time. Constipation means just this, it happens little by little. What is the means to become a boundless expansion? If you look at that, then we say consciousness. This is what raising human consciousness means. Because you realize physical expansion is not a realistic thing. We can make physical arrangements as we want, as we need for our convenience and comfort, but that is not the way to expand. Expansion needs to happen in a way that it's not physical in nature. Then you can also own the universe, I can also own the universe. When you say, where am I going wrong? The wrong is this, the fundamental wrong is this. What is not you? If you think it's you, then you're trapped in that. If you think that I am this chair, because we sat on this chair for a period of time, if you think you're this chair, now this chair will go with you stuck to your backside wherever you go. That's a very ugly thing to do, isn't it? It's the same thing right now. Your thought, you think it's you, your emotion, you think it's you, your physiological stuff, you think it's you. It's pretty ugly. It's just because everybody's got this chair stuck to the backside, it looks like it's normal. After all, it's convenient. Wherever you go, you don't have to look for a chair, you got a chair fixed. The thing is, your identity, whatever you're identified with, that becomes a part of you. If you sit here just as life, what is your problem? So the only problem is, you're identified with things that you're not. So the whole lot of confusion about everything. So if you're successful, you suffer, if you're failure, you suffer. If you're… See, look at the thing. Is there one thing that human beings are not suffering? Just tell me. Somebody is poor, they suffer their poverty. Somebody becomes rich, they suffer the taxes. No children, they suffer that. Give them children every day, pain, something or the other. So it looks like whole life is suffering. So somebody makes a philosophy, whole life is suffering, you must go to heaven. If you know that much, why are you not gone? You are not gone because you don't know a damn thing. Whether there is a place better than this somewhere or not, you don't know. You're just claiming these things to somehow fix your psychological sloshing that's happening inside. You're making up things to somehow believe something so that your psychology won't just splash all over the place and go crazy. You're trying to hold yourself in place, telling yourself fairy tales, all right? So, what I'm saying is, do you believe that if you want to navigate your life through this time that we have in a sensible manner, the most important thing is to see life as it is. If I don't see in this room things as they are, I will walk into this table, I will bump into somebody, I will do crazy things every day. If I see very clearly, navigating myself through all these cables and tripods is not a big problem. Hello? But if I don't see, if there's no clarity of vision, if I'm not seeing things as they are, then what a mess it is, every little thing, that's all the problem is. Not that what you're doing is wrong, the way you're seeing it is wrong. You think those people who committed suicide, everything was wrong with their life? No, not everything was wrong with their life. A few things, as it goes wrong in your life, my life, everybody's life, some things don't work, all right? In everybody's life, something doesn't work in the outside world. If everything is working for you, obviously you're living a very petty life. In my life, 95% of the things that I want doesn't happen, only 5% happens. Because I'm trying to fix everything in the world, most of the things don't happen. So if anybody wants to die of frustration, it must be me. But I will not, because no matter what, I will die blissed out. I live blissed out, I die blissed out. Because what I do, what the situation is around me, and how I am are never connected. I'm the way I am, I'll do my best. See, the problem is too much spiritual jargon is going all over the world because every idiot who's read 2 books can write a next book. There was a time when people read 10 books and then wrote 1 book, that was called plagiarism. Now they read 2 books and they write the 3rd book.
I'm not saying my AI employee works harder than me, but he hasn't taken a coffee break since I installed him. I didn't hire Alfred because
Just about everybody is writing. It's all right, it's freedom of expression, they can write what they want, but these are 2 things. There is expression and there is perception. Which should you invest in more? If you perceive well, your expression will be valuable. Right now, everybody's on an expression binge without perceiving a damn thing. Why it became like this is the dogmatic religious beliefs which did not allow people to think for themselves. If you thought anything other than what's written in the book, you're dead. They made this for few centuries, so suddenly when they broke away from that and started thinking for themselves, they suddenly thought this is liberation. And they eulogized human thought and we crafted the whole education system on the planet based on that. Today you're just using one dimension of your intelligence, which is intellect. Thought process is thought to be everything. Where one of them went to the extent of saying, I think so I exist. I'm asking you, do you exist because you think? Or because you exist you think? You may think if you want or you may not think, it's up to you. So because you exist, your existence is important. Your existence, is it because you're seeing me that you exist? Even if you close your eyes, you still exist, isn't it? If you don't hear anything, you still exist. So your existence is fundamental. These are all activities of seeing, hearing, smelling, thinking, emoting. These are all activities of your existence, the life that you are. But we got it all upside down, and how do you expect it to work? Because another aspect is, if I ask you a simple question, would you want your intellect to be sharp or blunt? Sharp. If I give you a sharp instrument, let's say we give you a very sharp knife, now you must be very conscious how you move your hand. If you're little la kind, la, if you do, intestines will come out. We don't give a knife to a child's hand only because of this, because his hand is not steady. Not because knife is dangerous. Never in the history has it ever happened a knife jumped up and stabbed somebody. It never happened, believe me. I've been following the news. It is only the hand that wields it. It can cut a vegetable and make your meal, or it can do surgery and save somebody's life, or stab somebody and take their life. All these things the hand can do, not the knife. So right now, your intellect is a sharp instrument. Once you have a sharp instrument, you must know how to hold it. This is simply not there. Everybody's cutting themselves up and they think something is wrong with life. You can call this stress, anxiety, misery, whatever you want. Essentially, you have a sharp instrument and you're unconscious, so you're cutting yourself up. See, whatever you call it by whatever name you want. stress, anxiety, tension, depression, bipolar, this one, that one, many things. I was talking to some of the top psychiatrists in UK, and they told me there are 72 varieties of psychological ailments. I thought there may be half a dozen, but they said there are 72 varieties of psychological ailments. I was really surprised, 72, that's like a golf game. Then I asked, what are these? They told me quite a few things. One of the things they told was compulsive nose picking. Even if they're bleeding in the nose, they can't stop it. That explains everything in a way, compulsive nose picking. Leave the nose picking, it's compulsiveness. You're compulsive in your thought, compulsive in your emotion, compulsive in your actions. That's all the problem is. How do you fix compulsiveness? If this room is dark, how do you fix it? Let's do one thing, both of us fight with this darkness and push it out of the window. There's no such thing. If you turn on the light, it's gone. So, there is no substitute for consciousness. If you become conscious, compulsive behavior is gone. Suppose in thought, emotion, action and energy you are not compulsive, that you can create whatever thought you want, whatever emotion you want. Would you keep yourself blissed out or miserable? What's your choice? For yourself, every human being, for themselves, they want the highest level of pleasantness, so the intent is already there. I don't have to inspire them, be blissed out, there's no such philosophy. Every human being wants the highest level of pleasantness for themselves. Those who think it's hopeless here, they're the ones who created heaven. They said, there is a place which is always pleasant, but they don't have any proof that we are not already in heaven and making a mess out of that. Hello, do you? This is planet Earth and it's a fantastic place, and it's the most fantastic place we have seen in the known universe. Everybody who thinks there is one, they must go today. If they have better accommodation somewhere than London, shouldn't they not go? Did people not rush to America at one time? Why are they not going? No, they want you to go. This is not good. See, whatever kind of mental ailment you talk about, essentially, when your intelligence turns against you, there is no power in the universe which can help you. But why is my intelligence turning against me? Somewhere we have not learned how to handle it, isn't it? Your education systems, your society, nowhere is there anything to teach a child how to handle their own intelligence, their own emotions, their own thoughts. There is no such thing. All fixing mechanic shop, repair jobs everywhere. Leave the repair jobs. The simple thing is this. The reason why people are struggling with this is they have
Do you think your CPA is helping you save money on taxes? Think again. Most CPAs are tax prepared.
Pardon my words, but otherwise people won't get it. They have a mental diarrhea. This doesn't create anything except distress. Anything that runs loose without your control is called diarrhea. Why has it happened? Even today, even if somebody gets physical diarrhea, immediately somebody will pop a pill. But traditionally, what did we do? Somebody has diarrhea, first thing is, we understood we have eaten something wrong. First thing we did was, just don't eat, just drink water and wait. And next, identify what did I eat yesterday or today morning, what happened to me? What is it that I consumed which caused this? And avoid that. But no, we will plug it in. No, if you plug it in, it'll all rise within yourself. This is all that's happening. Right now, our way of doing life is very forceful. There is no overthinking. I'm saying people are not thinking enough. This is a serious problem. But they think they're overthinking. They're not overthinking. It's a diarrhea, it's happening. Why is it happening? Something wrong food has gone in. What is the wrong food? This is all it is. The moment you identify yourself with something that you're not, your mind, you cannot stop. Do what you want. Do whatever you want. It will not stop. See, what is it that human beings are suffering? What happened 10 years ago? They're still suffering. What may happen day after tomorrow? They're already suffering. What happened 10 years ago? Is it here now? Does it exist? No. What may happen day after tomorrow? Does it exist here? No. So if you're suffering something that does not exist, what does it mean? It is insanity. That's why I'm saying once you start doing this, how far you go, when will you graduate, when will you end up in a doctor's place, when will you end up in an asylum, is a question of time. But now, world bodies are predicting it's going to happen large scale very soon. So, let us say, such a terrible thing we had to face, that we may lose our child. Tell me, can you do the best for the child if you are in your sanity, or is it good to go into insanity? Sanity will make a difference. Maybe we can save the child, maybe we cannot, because all aspects of life we don't determine. Our experience we can determine. My family is so large, almost every other day I am burying somebody who's very dear to me. I don't let anything drive me into insanity. This is a brief amount of time that you have as life. Here we create many things. You're creating businesses, I have large movements where millions of people are involved, there are relationships. You cannot take these things lightly because other lives are involved. But you cannot prevent anybody from dying. You can attend to them. If something is going to happen to them, you can make attempts to save them, but you cannot prevent anybody from absolutely dying, including yourself. It's a fact. So the only two things that we have is a certain amount of time and a certain amount of energy. This is all that you call as life. What do you want to make out of it? You want to make a mess out of it. See, the thing is, first of all, they're living an emotionally constipated life. They only loved their child. I saw everybody as mine. Everything that happened hurts. But that's part of it. If you walk in a forest, there are thorns in your feet, but this doesn't mean you don't enjoy the forest, all right? I have done this to myself, that nothing happens within me the way I don't want it. If that was your situation, nothing happens within you unconsciously. Everything that happens the way you want, within yourself. What is the experience that you want to have right now is always determined by you. What would be your choice? Grief and misery, is it? See, you are the only creature who can decide your way of being, no matter what is the surrounding. Every other creature is an instinctive reaction to what's happening around them, because they are only fired by their survival instinct. They don't have any other aspiration. Once their stomach is full, their life is settled. For a human being, stomach empty is only one problem. Stomach full, 100 problems. Because life doesn't settle with survival. You want to be something else all the time. The problem is you're a being. You're supposed to know how to be. How far away have human beings gone from the definition or that aspiration? If I want to, I do. If I want, I can be loving. If I want, I can be joyful. Like if I want, I can be sad. Yes, when somebody dear to you is no more, you allow yourself that. But do you stop doing anything? No. See, if you get absolutely committed to your purpose, you will be called a fanatic. If you are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve that, you will be called a terrorist. So there is no purpose to life. If you are not a vested interest, and you can be not a vested interest only when you're joyful by your own nature, that how you are is determined by you. So this is the fundamental you have to set, that your experience of life is determined by you. When I say experience of life, people are always thinking experiences happen because of external stimuli. No, if you dream of a tiger, you can experience fear, isn't it? You can dream of somebody beautiful and experience love, yes or no? So I'm saying all experiences cause from within you. Human experience happens from within you, never from outside of you. There may be a stimuli.
Can I can't swear at a man, probably not. This is sick.
I'm asking you, your peace, your joy, your love, your blissfulness, would you want to keep it on self-start or push-start? You want push-start, don't be on push-start. Inner experiences are always on self-start. Outside world will never happen 100% our way. Little bit your way, little bit my way, little bit somebody else's way. And that's how it should be. Because if everything happened your way, where the hell do I go? It doesn't happen your way or my way. It's fine. It is only fine if you're joyful by your own nature. But if your happiness depends on what happens on the outside, then you being happy is a remote possibility. Do you think your life is worthwhile? Your life is worth investing about 32 hours of focused time upon it. If you think so, you should do that. This is what the process that I've called it as inner engineering. 32 hours of focused time. Book is just a large brochure because there is a practice involved. When I say a practice, a simple practice which only 21 minutes of practice. To teach this 21-minute practice, we take 32 hours of orientation, because without that, it won't happen. You need to understand how the mechanism of your own thoughts, why are they hitting… See, if your hand is punching you in the face, why is it doing that? You need to understand. Otherwise, just holding it down is not the answer. This is the most sophisticated machine on the planet. Have you read the user's manual? For yourself as a life. So when do you want to do it? Towards the end of the life is when people think they should do it. It's like you got yourself your iPad. Should you read the user's manual in the first 3 days or after 3 years when you're getting rid of the machine? The thing is, it's inbuilt, you have to just pay attention. All your sense organs are outward bound because they are survival instruments. Your sense organs, your ability to see, hear, smell, taste and touch are essentially your survival instruments. Life cannot be enhanced by them. You can only survive better. If you see better than me, you can survive better than me. If you hear better than me, you can survive better than me. But this life will not feel enhanced by perceiving more through the 5 sense organs. And they're all outward bound. You can see me. Can you roll your eyeballs inward and scan yourself? No. You can hear that. So much happening in the body, can you hear that? No. So all your sense organs are only to perceive what's happening around you, not to perceive what's within you. So to perceive within you, you need to turn inward. That needs a little… because it's not survival. Something has to be done. You know how to write English language? To learn that damn 26 alphabets, it took some effort, isn't it? And it took some guidance because anything that's beyond survival needs striving. That striving is missing in the society. Anything that's not survival will not come naturally, you have to strive.
Come on. Man, that's something powerful right there. There were several times where I wanted to interrupt and wanted to add to it, but sometimes it was… I mean, there wasn't nothing else that needed to be said, and I didn't want to interrupt the moment and interrupt the flow. But man, just that alignment, I'm so grateful for it. You know, because over here at Manifest Nation, it's definitely for us to be intentional with the way that we're moving our lives. And there's so much suffering that we endure at the hands of our own habits, at the hands of our own mindsets. And, you know, over here, I always empower people to wake up the mind, wake up their body, wake up their soul, wake up the dreamer inside them, and really be in alignment with those things. And you hear me use that word a lot, alignment. And I think sometimes when we hear a word a lot, we stop to understand what it really means. We assume our own meaning for it a lot of the times. When I'm referring to alignment, I'm referring to mind, body, soul, and energy all moving in the same direction, all on one accord, all going towards the same goal, same objective. That's alignment. Many of us are going through life with our mind in one place, our heart in another, our soul in another, and our energy wherever. It's definitely a great day for you to decide to be greater than you've ever been, letting go of the things that have been slowing you down, holding you down, and weighing you down. It's a great day. It's a great time to organize your energy. You know, when you wake up, it's a great idea to let's do it right now. If you can, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Listen. Stand up if you can. Roll your shoulders back. You know, it's just like activate every part of your body. Release any tension that's in your body. Roll your shoulders back for a little bit. Open your chest up. Do some neck rolls. Yeah, stretch your arms over your head. Like you are claiming the day above you. Yeah, now we're going to breathe. Let's breathe in some power. Let's breathe out some pressure. Inhale. for 4 seconds. And then 4, out for 4. Come on, inhale for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4. Let's do that. One more time. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, release for 4 seconds. Go. Last one. Fill your lungs like you're about to speak life into your day. Yeah. Your body is your first environment. And there's a lot of power that you need. And you can't create chaos in a collapsed posture. So you want to fix your posture. You want to fix the way that you breathe in. You want to fix the way that you breathe in. You want to fix your posture so that you can be in a proper position to do what you need to do. So lift up. You might need to lift up. Most people start their day in what I call morning default mode. And it's something that I've been teaching against. And it's something that I've been trying to get you to not do. So if you were here yesterday, we specifically spoke on if you were here yesterday, if you pulled up yesterday, if you was a part of the live, if you was a part of the stream yesterday, we specifically spoke on identifying some things within us that we wanted to do differently, that we wanted to be different, that we wanted to see different, that we wanted to experience differently. And I want to ask you how did that day go? How did that day go if you operating with a level of intention to move away from whatever that was that you identified yesterday? That wasn't good for you, that thing that you wanted to change. When we said, okay, so if we can look at one thing that is separating you from being the version of yourself that you want to be, that is creating the results that you want to create, what is that thing? I asked you to identify that thing. Can't hear? Someone on IG saying that they can't hear. Y'all can't hear? Drop a 1 in the chat on IG if you can hear me. I appreciate y'all. So we was identifying what it was that we needed to separate ourselves from. Y'all still can't hear me on IG? And then we were going through our day intentionally, connecting ourselves with the things that would eliminate whatever decision was needed to be made that would eliminate us from that thing. Yeah, we were going through the day making that. So if we identify yesterday something that was stopping you, restricting you, holding you back from being that greater version of yourself that you need to be, that you see yourself becoming, that you want to become. Once we identify that thing, now we have to be intentional and proactive to First of all, let's identify where the core belief came from. Or even if we don't have to identify where it came from, let's identify the core belief that was rooted in that behavior, that was rooted in that mindset, that was rooted in that whatever was allowing you to do that thing. Let's identify what the core belief was. You know, if somebody wanted to stop smoking or stop drinking, for instance, and we'll use that type of behavior, like if that's what's separating you from, or even food, or what, any type of addiction or vice. If when I ask you what's separating you from who and what you want to be, if the answer was any type of vice or any type of addiction, when we want to dismember something like that, dismantle something like that, unlearn and something like that, and unwire something like that, it's so useful to identify the lie that we associate with that behavior. There's something that you believe. Drop a one in the chat if this is something that you need to hear right now, so I can give you a blueprint that's going to help you. Because we often just try to change the behavior. And while there's several things that you can do to change a behavior, behaviors are rooted in mindsets. Mindsets are rooted in belief systems. So often belief systems come from core beliefs. So there's oftentimes we have to do is change this core belief and rewire a new belief system, rewire new mindsets and new supportive patterns. So what I do in my mentorship, if I'm speaking to someone on this subject matter, we're going to identify the lie that you tell yourself that permits you to engage in that. And 9 times out of 10, you either believe that this substance, this vice in whatever form it's in, is giving you something that you believe you're lacking, or it's taking away something that you believe it's taking away, or that you don't feel like you want. Either it's giving you something or it's taking away something. Now you have a belief system around this that you believe that is doing that. Although most of the time in real life, it's not removing any of those things, and it's not actually giving you anything for real either, but you have a belief system around that. Now, the limitation comes built into that, because if you're believing that this thing is taking away something from you, a feeling, an emotion, or whatever, if you're believing that it's taking that away from you, what you are also believing is that you don't have the power to remove that thing on your own. You don't have to ability. That's what your mindset and that's what your action is saying. I'm putting my faith, my trust, and my belief into this other things, this exterior thing's ability to do something that controls my internal environment. So you're giving away your power in that moment. Does that make sense to you? Drop a one in the chat if that makes sense to you. Also, do me a favor, let me know who's in here. Where are you from? Where are you at? Where are you from? Shout out to my hometown, Tampa, Florida. Shout out to New Jersey. Shout out to Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out to all my supporters in Atlanta, all the supporters in New York, DC, Maryland, Virginia, Detroit, New Zealand. What's happening in New Zealand? South Africa. What's happening in South Africa? Man, where's all the love at? Cuba. Orlando, Florida. Shout out. Where all y'all at? Where y'all from? Shout out to Florida, man. It's a great day. It's a great day to be greater than you've ever been. And it's a great day to get in alignment with unlearning the things that are stopping you. So if you're believing that this vice, that you're utilizing is either offering you something that you don't have, or it's taking away something that you do have. It's not offering you anything. That's a mirage, that's a facade, that's an illusion. And if it is giving you something, it's not something that you don't have the ability to give yourself. And that's where the fundamental problem in this is the lack and limitation that you put on yourself as a part of the belief that this other thing is offering you what you believe is giving you. So you're starting you're going through your life. Drop a 1 in the chat if this makes sense to you. You're going through your life limiting yourself and holding on to a core belief in a limited ability to give yourself joy, peace, rest, calmness, understanding, relief, relaxation, and you put your belief in these vices. So that's why the addictions come in. That's where these patterns come in. It's because there's a belief system that's rooted, that's saying that there's a benefit that they're offering you. And if you can identify that, we can uproot that. And we can replace it with a proper belief. A belief that's in alignment and in congruency with the version of you that you want to become, that is going to create the life that you were sent to live, that you want to live. That's what it's all about. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not trying to tell you what's right or wrong or hold up some moral compass. All we're talking about is what's in alignment. I asked you a question. I asked you to identify one thing that's separating you from a version of yourself that you want to be, that your soul has been whispering you to become, that your mind has been chastising you, because you know what? You're not being faithful to your own relationship with yourself. You're being faithful to your relationship with all these exterior things, but not faithful to the relationship that you have with yourself. Because if you were faithful to the relationship that you had with yourself, you would be doing what's good for self. You wouldn't be betraying yourself. There's not many relationships that you can have where you could tell someone you're going to do one thing, do the complete other, and everything be all right. There's not many relationships that you can have where you can sell someone a dream over and over and over again, and that be a good relationship. Now, people might stay. That's a whole nother conversation. But it's not going to be a quality relationship. What do you think happens when you tell yourself you're going to do something that you need to do, that's a benefit for you, that will be great for you, that connects you with the future version of yourself, the version of yourself that you see in your dreams? What do you think happens when you say you're going to do those things, but you don't do it? When you're not true to yourself, when you're not loyal to yourself, what are you doing? You're proving to yourself, you're creating an internal culture of lying, bold-faced, bald-headed lying. And at some point in time, you lose faith in yourself because you've heard it all before. You know what I'm saying? All of your lies, all your sweet talk, baby this, baby that. Your lies ain't working now. That's what's happening. You've told yourself this tale so many times that it's no longer believable. So you down yourself. You don't hold belief in yourself to even follow your own words. And that makes you start doubting everything else, because the way that you see everything else is always a projection of your internal environment. So that doubt that you hold for mankind, for your family, or whatever doubts and distrusts that you have, It stems from an internal place. As above, so below, as within, so comes out. It's time for you to be more responsible, more reliable, and more loyal to your greatness. If you don't take anything else from me today, take that with you. Be loyal to your greatness. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's really what it is. See, most people are starting their day in this default mode. And to be honest with you, is really stopping a lot of people from experiencing the level of life that they're meant to experience. It's stopping a lot of people from creating the opportunities that they're meant to have. Because you don't align with the version of yourself that vibrationally can accept the things that you want. Like, we're not paying attention to the vibrational aspect of our existence. And I think that'll be a game changer for you. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who getting this together so TikTok could get what they need. There are a lot of people who only pay attention to car maintenance when the light come on. So this is for y'all. This is for everyone who has that habit where you really only pay attention to the needs of your car when that light come on. You know the car need an oil change. You know what I'm saying? You know that it's been some time. But until that light come on, you ain't really pressed about it. Until that check engine light come on, you ain't really pressed about it. And all of a sudden now, man, what are we gonna do? There were so many things, so many signs. And if you had to gave these things just a little bit of time and a little bit of intention, you wouldn't have gotten to the check engine light. If you would have done the routine maintenance, you wouldn't have got these red signals and these red flags and these other issues. And life is just like your vehicle. When it comes to the maintenance of your life, it's just like your vehicle. There's certain things that if you just take care, or no, not care, because care is preventative maintenance, which is like you care for your car, and so that makes sense. But we should take it to a higher level. It's one thing to do the care and do the preventative maintenance. That's survival mode. You do those things for your car, for your vehicle, because you want it to survive, because you want to keep it longer, right? So that's why you care for your vehicle. And when you do that with self, as you're caring for self, what are you doing? You're just getting by. You're surviving. And that's why most of the time when you hear people talk about care or self-care or something like that, like, it's really just, they're talking about maintenance. They're talking about how to get through their day. Y'all can hear me good on IG? Let me know. They're talking about the things that they need to do so that they could be better and feel better. They're not talking about greatness. They're not talking about excelling. They're not talking about operating in their infinity and opulence and maximizing their potential. They're not talking about that. They're always talking about like survival mode. Like when they talk about self-care, they're talking about the things that's just helping them get through it. So we want to take this to a whole nother level. We want to take this idea to a whole nother frequency, a whole nother level of intention. And we don't want to be wrapped up in self-care. We want to have a lifestyle and a culture of self-love. You want self-love. That's what is going to allow you to meet all of your needs and to operate and move with the level of intention that allows you to grow. It's not a level of self-care. We keep getting taught, we keep hearing these words and being taught about self-care, but what about self-love? What about self-love? My daughters don't need care from me. They need my love. My love encompasses my care. My care, my love that I have for my children has the care built into it. So the care that they are meant to receive from me comes built in with the love that I have for them. Same thing with our internal relationship with ourselves. You don't need more self-care. You need more self-love. You won't need so much self-care when you're actually operating from a place of self-love. A love that is adding value to you on routine. Not just care is when things go wrong. How do I fix it? Or how do I maintain it so that things don't go wrong? That's one level. I don't want to care a relationship with anybody. I don't want anybody in a situation or a relationship with me and they're just doing the bare minimum, the maintenance to get us by, to just enough to keep me happy. I don't want that. I don't want no type of relationship like that. That's what you want? That's what you out here for in these streets? That's what's on your vision board? That's crazy to me. But yet we have that type of relationship with ourselves and think it's okay. And think that the state of our relationship is actually healthy. The relationship that we have with ourselves. It's not. It's not. You don't even spend time with self. How could you have a healthy relationship with self? And then half the things that you tell self be a lie. A bold-faced, bald-head lie. And at this point in time, self know it. Self ain't even got time for your shit. Self know it. And that's why there's this disconnect. How you tell yourself you're going to do one thing and you do another. Whatever is extremely important to you, do it first thing in the morning. Do it first thing in the morning. You got to do it. You got to hear me out. Do it first thing in the morning. Like my schedule is layered in a way that the things that are most important to me, I get to first thing in the morning. I just edited the schedule so that now that I'm adding like my stream schedule into my daily routine, and homeschooling just started. So that's, part of the daily routine. So the schedule really just got edited over the last like 2 weeks, and then walking it out a little bit more editing. I woke up this morning and it was like, man, so what I'm doing right now is I get done with streaming at 6 a.m., 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I'm in Phoenix right now. I'm home in Phoenix, and I'm gonna stay my ass home for at least another 30 days. I ain't going nowhere. I know Invest Fest next weekend in Atlanta. I don't think I'm going. I want to. I definitely want to. I want to be there. I really want to be there. I don't think I'm leaving my house, man. I've been on the move so much. Me and these babies are so happy to be home and not be in somebody's hotel or in somebody else's home. And and I don't think I'm moving, man. I don't think I'm going nowhere for a good 30 days. But what I was saying. Oh, so the schedule's been changing. I woke up this morning and I was like, man, what's really important to me is just that one-on-one time with my daughters. where there's no distractions, no phone, nothing. They're getting my undivided attention. And lately, with all of the changes in the schedule, just as the facilitator of this grand life of ours, I felt like they hadn't been getting devoted time of just me and them, and they've been sharing me with something else that I've had to do because I'm getting everything checked off the list at the end of the day. And I was like, all right, so I wake them up. I get done streaming at 6, and then I go to wake them up at 6. And on a homeschool day, normally maybe by 6:30, 6:45, we getting to work. Like, you waking up, we brushing our teeth, we washing our face, we having breakfast. 30, 40 minutes later, we're starting our academic work. I woke up this morning and realized that I've been playing catch up with giving them just daddy time all week. By the end of the day, I'm trying to give them whatever free time I have left, but I don't have any left. So they're sharing me with something. Okay, so them having this time with me, this unfiltered time with me is so important. I'm going to do this first thing in the day. Make sure that it gets done by doing it first thing in the day. So now the schedule's going to be, I wake them up and we going to spend the first hour that they're awake, just us. My phone going to be in another room. There's nothing on my calendar that I got to do. I'm blocking that time period off so you can't schedule a one-on-one mentorship session with me. And I'm giving my children at least 1 hour of just me and you time, all my undivided attention. And I'm being intentional to put that at the top of the day so that the day can't steal that away from me, because that's important to me. Other things that are important to me are getting done. The very first thing, going back full circle to how it's all about the relationship that you have with yourself and spending time with yourself, knowing yourself, growing yourself. All these things happen with time spent. So before anybody gets me, I get me. I start my day giving to me. I start my day listening to songs I want to hear. I start my day moving my body the way I want to move it, whether I'm working out, whether I'm vibing, whether I'm dancing. I start my day spraying the cologne or lighting the incense or burning the candles so that I smell what I want to smell. I'm drinking what I want to drink most of the time. I'm tasting what I want to taste. Right now, water's the drink of choice. Water's the drink of choice. So there's 3 water bottles in this room. I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning. 3 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I woke up and I gave myself a full hour of time before I gave myself to the world, right? Before I started my live, before I started my broadcast, I took time to pour into myself. I've dreamt, I visualized some amazing things. I meditated. I spoke some positive words, some affirmations. I thought I schemed on my plan in ways that I can fine tune it. And then I also just gave myself just some moments just to be me, without the caps, without the expectations, without all of the things that come along with all the roles that I play. I just allow myself to be me. You don't give yourself enough chance to just be. You keep trying to be all these other things. Sometimes you need to prioritize just being. And you need to form a routine where the things that are most important to you, you are getting to those things first. Stop this morning default mode where you just get up, you grab your phone, and you let the world dump everything that it has on you. And then you just jump to all of your responsibilities, all your roles, and you just start outpouring to everything and everyone else when you didn't prioritize yourself. You didn't pour into yourself. And you didn't strengthen the relationship you have with self. Tell me something. How could you hear your soul speaking if you're not ever listening to it? How could you be in harmony Yeah, how could think about that? Put it in the you let me know if you got a better way. Put in the chat. Let me know if you got a better way, and you know if what I'm saying don't make sense, and you know some other way to do it. But I don't know no way that you could be in harmony with something without listening to it. You want to be in harmony with your relationship with a counterpart, with a mate, with your person. You gotta listen to them. You want to be in harmony with the success of your job or your position, your business, your entrepreneur endeavors. You gotta be in harmony with it. You gotta listen to the demands that are on the other side of that, whether they're coming from your customers or from the systems that you need to be successful. You gotta listen to it, and you gotta be in harmony with it. You want to move with the God within you, you're gonna have to listen to it and be in harmony with it. You know, there's no singing group that you've ever loved that didn't have to listen to each other so they could be in harmony, so they could create what could only be created in harmony. It's a great day to bring harmony to your life. It's a great day to put down all the juggling strategies and tactics. Trying to juggle your life. Listen, juggling is a juggling act within itself. I refuse to do it. Only time I'm doing it is if I'm entertaining some little kids. But in life, I'm not juggling things. No, in life, I'm intentional to create a harmony. And that's what you need. You need a structure of harmony. You need an infrastructure of harmony that allows the things in your life that are intrinsically important to you, into your success, to flow together, to go together. Listen, this is what I'm teaching you. That 30-day manifest boot camp, you're going to get an execution plan that's going to allow you to restructure the way that you're going through life. We are going to unlearn. And first of all, we're going to identify the things that we need to unlearn, the core belief systems that are holding you back, that are tying you to lack or limitation. Whatever that is, whatever it shows up as, whatever it looks like. Most of the things that we experience, most of the troubles that we have in our lives are just symptoms of a core belief that is tying you to some type of lack or limitation. So we're going to identify what that is, and then we're going to release you from that by unlearning that and by letting it go. And then we're going to relearn the things that actually allow you to think the thoughts, to create the beliefs and hold the belief systems that tie you to your success. You have to have the mindset in alignment, in harmony, and congruency with the success that you want to see, whatever success is to you. Success means different things to different people. At different periods of my life, success has meant different things. For most of my life, success meant my mom don't have to work. Whether I was getting money legally or illegally, the goal was always my mama don't have to work. That was success to me. At another point in time, success became my children don't have to go to school. I'll take care of that. And success was that. At another season of life, success was my mom can have whatever she desires. And we knocking off everything on her bucket list. She going out with a motherfucking bang. That was success. Now success is time freedom. Success is the ability to pick up and go to whatever corner of this planet we feel like being in and experiencing life on our own terms. That's success. I've always had to reshape my mindset, reshape my habits and my supportive patterns to align with the end goal, the end result, to be in harmony with what I wanted to create, with what got me to success. And that also required uprooting the weeds, those mental weeds that got into my mind that was tying me to some lack of limitation. Because there are so many thoughts that you have that aren't even your thoughts. Belief systems are nothing more than a thought that you continue to think. So if you don't have the right thoughts, you can have the wrong beliefs, which means you can have the wrong belief systems. And those are the things that are governing your life. Both aspects of your life that you can see and that you can touch, and the ones that you can't. So it's so imperative to start living a life that's in harmony to the life that you want to see and the life that you want to have. Most people are starting their day in this default mode. Like you said, you get up, you going and grabbing a phone, you looking at the phone, you put yourself in receiving mode. You instantly wake up and put yourself in receiving mode in one of the most toxic places you could be. You come to the internet, one of the most immoral places of existence. You come here and you just allow yourself to receive what's going on before you set your own mindset towards your existence, before you set your own tempo, tone, vibration. You allow yourself to just receive what the world feels like offering you. I really want you to begin making decisions that pour into you. I really want you to start prioritizing creating the space and cultivating the space where you are pouring into yourself before you go out there pouring into the world. Shout out to everyone that's watching on YouTube. Shout out to everyone that's watching on Facebook. I love y'all to life. Everyone that's on TikTok, everyone watching on Instagram. What you're seeing is just a portion of actually what's going on. What you're seeing, if you're watching from all those other places, is an appetizer of what's really happening on Twitch. I've started a channel called the Manifest Nation, and it's more than just a channel, it's a community. It's a community. This is where the bloodline breakers and generational curse breakers unite. This is where the divine visionaries, builders, and dreamers come together so we could be greater than we've ever been as individuals and as a collective. Listen, we all got movements on our own, but together we can move mountains, not just for us, not just for our people, but for our legacies, for generations to come. And that's what this space is all about. So when you join in and you subscribe to this channel, the first 111 people who subscribe to this channel for being a founding member of Manifest Nation, I'm doing something that I've never done. And I'm giving you 8 of my ebooks, all of my transformational ebooks. I'm also giving you my Manifesting You workbook. In addition to that, as if that wasn't enough, in addition to that, I'm giving you some guided meditations and affirmations. And you'll also get an opportunity every month to have a private Q&A session with me. The first 111 people, the founding circle of Manifest Nation. So listen, if you're not following me and watching me on Twitch right now, hit the link that's in my bio. Either go to the link that's in brianhyppolite.com or go to Twitch and look me up and look up Manifest Nation and follow and subscribe to the channel. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. There's no other situation where for $5.99 you're getting this access, let alone just the 8 ebooks. Just forget the private Discord. Just forget the private monthly Q&A. 8 ebooks plus a workbook to help you manifest the life and legacy that you desire. Go ahead. I think that's a blessing. I think that's a major blessing. So make sure that you come on over to Twitch, follow, and subscribe. And thank you so much for supporting this vision, because this is going to be a space that's going to empower so many people on a daily basis. And matter of fact, this is where the recording is going to be. Y'all always tell me on IG and TikTok to save the recording and to post the recording. This is where the recordings are at. Matter of fact, even what I'm streaming on TikTok and IG is just a portion of today's broadcast. Y'all only getting a little bit of it. We was vibing for over an hour before I turned on TikTok and IG. So, you know, I'm creating this space for us to intentionally grow every day. 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm pulling up to add value to you. And I'm creating a space for you to come to, knowing value is going to be added to you. So if you want to prioritize your growth, your evolution, and the elevation of your life, it's going to be a good place. And I'm going to be faithful to you and showing up and providing you with that. So what we're doing today is we are analyzing. I brought this up yesterday. I asked a few of y'all yesterday, and some of y'all said that you was on it and that you was doing it. I asked you to identify one thing about you that's separating you from the version of yourself that you see in your dreams, the version of yourself that is capable of not only having, but keeping the life that you want, the version of you that is capable of creating the legacy that you want to leave. I asked you to identify one thing in case you wasn't here yesterday, in case it's your first time checking in or whatever the case may be. Do that now. Take a moment. Take a moment to analyze. Take a moment to really give yourself a moment of self-reflection. And what's one thing that is separating you from the version of yourself that you see in your dreams, a version of self that your soul has been calling you to be? If you want to, you could drop it in the chat. Ain't nothing wrong with that if you want to. But as long as you identify with yourself. Because now what we want to do is go through the day being intentional to move away from that. Being intentional to make the decisions that separate you from whatever that thing is, and that align you with the greater version of yourself. It might be a part of your diet. It might be your actual diet, what you put in your mouth. It might be your visual diet. It might be your audio diet. It might be your mental diet. Whatever that thing is, today be intentional to make the decisions that separate you from what's separating you from the greatest version of yourself. And start doing those things. Start making the commitment to yourself. It's amazing to me how many people are signed up to all these different loyalty programs at places that they go to, places that they shop at, but don't got no type of loyalty program with themselves. Don't got no type of loyalty program with yourself. You've been loyal to your fears, your doubts, your disbeliefs. You've been loyal to your trauma. You've been loyal to situationships with people who ain't even being loyal to you. It's time that you start being there for you the way that you've been being there for people who won't be there for you. It's time for you to stop being a go-to for people you can't go to. Yeah. It's time. Listen, I'm gonna take it to another level with you. It's time that you stop sharing your body with people that you can't even call in the middle of the night if you catch a flat tire. It's time that your boundaries and your standards reflect the greatness and the glory that is not only within you, but is due to be coming out of you. It's time that you up your level, up your standard, that you allow yourself to go through life with. When you hear me say, greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have, It's not just a mantra. It's not just a hook from a song. It's not just words from a book. I'm casting a spell on you. You know, words are powerful. And I'm trying to get you to cast this spell over yourself where you wake up and understand that every day greater shall you be. Greater shall you do and greater shall you have. And you make the decisions and align yourself with the choices and the mindsets and the habits that allow you to be greater, have greater, and do greater. If you know that song, you know how it go. Greater shall you be, greater shall you do, greater shall you have. But you got to know it's true. It's that knowing that it's true that locks that 3-strand cord together. It's the belief in something positive that has not happened. It's the belief that there is greater available to you, that there's greater with your name on it. It's that belief. And you start willing things into your existence. You start creating a life that you always knew you could live, that you always knew you could have. When you start being faithful to your growth instead of to your fears. Yeah. That's what it is. That's what it's about. If you haven't already, make sure you use discount code GREATER, since we're talking about it. Discount code GREATER for those who are serious and those who want it. Those who want to stop making excuses, those who are ready to align with greater, use discount code GREATER to save you $50 off of the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. You got about, what are we down to? You got about 24 hours, or maybe a little bit more than 24 hours. You got about 36. You got about to the middle of the day tomorrow. Got about 36 hours, a little bit less, to use this discount code to save 50%, to get you access. We're starting September the 1st. 15 days away, baby. We in here. We getting to it. Are you ready to see change? Are you ready to release and let go of the mindsets and belief systems that's holding you back, that's slowing you down, that's weighing you down? Are you ready to replace those with what is going to keep you in alignment, keep you on track, and keep you growing and going in the direction that you want to be in? Are you ready? Are you ready to support those mindsets and those new belief systems with habits and patterns and a routine that's going to lock it all in? You ready for your new map of success? I'm going to give it to you. You're going to give it to yourself, really. But I'm going to give you the outline. I'm going to show you what to look at, what to look for to create your outline. And I'm going to show you what to pay attention to that ensures the success. I'm going to identify a few things to watch out for that mess up the success. Man, it's going to be a powerful time. 30-day Manifest Bootcamp starts September the 1st. Go ahead and get your tickets. There's 3 levels of access. So pick the one that is in alignment with you, the type of level of access to this program that you need. You just want to get the messages from me. You can just get the messages. You want to get the videos and with a little bit of coaching, you can get that. You want to get some one-on-one motion going on in the middle of all this. You want to have full access to me for all 30 of those days so that I can be there to access to guide you through this process of unlearning and relearning. Those 3 levels of those 3 tiers of access are available to you. It's at brianhyppolite.com. Click the link in my bio and get your access. before it all goes away, before all the slots are filled, and before you run out of time. Because what we do know for sure is these 30 days are going to pass. September's going to pass. October going to get here. Will you still be the same person that you are August 15th? When October show up, will you still be the same person doing the same thing, just with a different level of excuses, a new round of excuses, a new level of excuses as to why you're not where you said you was going to be, where you planned on being, doing what you said you was going to do? Let me know. When October gets here, will you still be the same person that you were on August 15th? Will you still be yielding the same results? Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about results. We're not talking about just knowledge and you just knowing some shit. We're talking about you applying that knowledge, executing it appropriately, and getting the results. I know a lot of people who know all the quotes, but they ain't got the results. I know a lot of people who ain't got none of the results, but they got all the talk. They can tell you all about it. They can tell you how to do it now. It reminds me of when you get locked up and everybody in there who's locked up with you is a paralegal. All of a sudden they know the law. But their knowledge of the law ain't stopped them from being in the same room you in. But everybody know. They can't get themselves out of there, but they know all the things that'll get you out. There's a lot of people like that going through life. Ain't got none of the results, but got all the talk game about it. Talk you under the table and tell you wrong, but they ain't got none of the results. I know people who ain't never did what I do that want to tell me how to do it. Oh man, if you did it like this, it'd be better, and you get this, and you could do this. See this what your problem is. You need to do you should be doing it like this. You ain't seen how that person do it. They ain't never did it. They ain't never been in this seat. They ain't never ran. They ain't never put together this rocket ship. They ain't never flew not nail place. But they want to tell me how to get to where I'm going. There's a lot of people going through life like that. Don't be one of them. Don't be one of these people who are talking a good game but fail to execute. You should be quiet. You should be quiet. And the reason why you should be quiet is so that you can hear your soul speak. You give so much airplay to everything else, but you're not following the compass of your soul. You are trapped in the limitations that your fears and your doubts and your disbeliefs allow you to have. You're trapped in the circumference of your traumas. You're trapped in the cage of your comfort zone. You're not living a life that reflects the greatness within you, the power that's within you, the opportunities that's within you, the purpose that's within you. No, you're living a life that reflects your limitations. You're living a life like every day. You're only going as far as your fears will let you go. You're only going as far as your past will let you go. You got way too much past in your present, dictating the way that you move. It's destroying the fabric of the life that you want. It's destroying the relationship, the level of relationship, and level of intimacy in your relationships. It's destroying the level of intimacy that you have within yourself, the relationship you have with yourself. Do you even trust yourself? There's so many of us walking around that don't even trust yourself because you've lied to yourself so many times. It's time to get in alignment. It's time to get on one accord. It's time to start treating yourself like the love of your life. You couldn't get away with treating me like that. No, see, because I got enough respect for myself and I got enough boundaries within myself that if you was treating me the way that you be treating yourself, I'd be out of there. I'm gonna wish you the best. God bless you, but I'm out of there. You're not just gonna tell me one thing and do another and it be all right. You're not gonna consistently show up and disappoint me and it be all right. You're not going to keep feeding me these lies and selling me dreams, and it'd be all right. I wouldn't settle for it. I wouldn't go for it. And honestly, I think some of you wouldn't either. You wouldn't accept that from someone else. But you expect yourself to accept that from you. And that's crazy. You expect yourself to be okay with all these tall tales you be telling yourself about these things that you're going to do. You expect yourself to be okay with the lies that you tell yourself to justify doing the destructive things that you do. You expect yourself to be okay with you being loyal to somebody else's needs and someone else's desires and someone else's expectations instead of your own. Hey, today's a great day to choose to be loyal to you. That's the starting line. Being loyal to you, not your fears, not your doubts, not your disbeliefs, not nobody else. Being loyal to you. That's the starting line. From there, and that loyalty, if you got to listen. If you're loyal to something, you got to listen to it. You got to hear what's important to it. You got to hear what it's saying. You got to hear what it's talking about. You got to hear what it needs. And this is where that love comes in that you're meant to have with yourself. Listen, a knowledge of self leads to a love of self. A love of self leads to a discipline of self. A love of self leads to a proper care of self. It all starts with a knowledge of self, though. You have to know yourself, and you can't know yourself if you don't spend time with yourself. You don't give yourself the opportunity to be intimate with yourself. And what does that word mean? Deep knowing. Close, extremely close. If you're not spending no time with self, how is that happening? How could you hear from your soul to follow your soul if you don't give your soul the opportunity to speak to you? Because you're too busy listening to your mind and allowing things to come into your mind. Where are the boundaries and the borders that protect your greatness? The same way you put these boundaries and these borders around your children. Every good parent has these boundaries and these borders that they've put around their children to protect their children from things that they don't want them to experience. Where are the boundaries and the borders that you put around yourself and around your life so that you stop experiencing things that you don't want to experience? Boundaries protect you. Now, let's take it to another level, a higher level of consciousness. Because when we talk about boundaries, people often assume we're talking about this gate that you put up to keep others out. The boundaries I'm talking about are the things that you put up that keep you in. It's not about keeping other things out. It's about keeping you in place. It's about keeping you in alignment. So I have certain boundaries that keep me as this version of me so that I don't get outside of being this version of me because, there's another version of me. There's a whole nother side of me. And he likes being there. He likes showing his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, he likes existing. He's not shy. There's another version of me. That's not the one that I want leading my life. That's not the one I want ruling and reigning in my existence. That's not the one that's going to get me what I want from this thing called life. So that's not the one that I'm championing. That's not the one that I'm letting be in the driver's seat. I barely let him be in the back seat. I keep him in the trunk. I keep him in the trunk and we let him out when it's time to let him out. It ain't the side that's going to do you the divine favors that I'm sent here to give. That ain't the side. That ain't the side that was even care about adding value to you. So there's certain things that I do that keep me in alignment. There's certain things I'm going to walk away from before I even get an opportunity to get out of alignment. There's certain things I'm not even going to engage in because it has the potential to pull me out of alignment. Certain places I'm not going to go, certain conversations I'm not going to have. These are all boundaries and borders. When I'm talking about boundaries and borders, are the things that are keeping me in alignment, not the things that are keeping you out. We often think about these boundaries as the things that we must put up so that certain people respect our space and our peace. No, your ass need to start respecting your space and your peace. These people don't because you don't. They even have the fact that they even have the availability is continuously shows that you don't respect your space and your peace. Stop demanding things from people that you don't demand for yourself. We'll know that you're serious when you're about something, when you're serious about protecting it. We know you're serious about having real money when you get serious about financial literacy and not just getting money. Getting money is the easy part. Keeping it and growing it is something else, which is also is also an easy part once you get into it. When your mindset shifts from just getting it to how do I keep it, the way you go about it is different. Just getting money. That's survival mode. That's survival mode. And the only thing wrong with that is that we're not talking about long term. We're talking about in this moment. Once we start talking about money and on a long term basis, it's a much different conversation. It's a much different way that the money is got. First off, when you start talking about having a long term conversation about your money and not just getting it in this moment, it's a much different way that you're getting money. That money flows differently. Long-term money flows different than short-term money. This is I'm talking financial principle right now, but this works in so many areas of your life. If you want to think about these things, the way that you move about it, going about it on a short-term basis, it's not the same way that you're going to go about it if you're thinking about it in a long-term view. Whether you're talking about your relationship with self, your relationship with another individual, your parenting, your business, your whatever. The decisions that you're going to make if you're thinking about a legacy is different than the decisions that you're going to make if you're thinking about this weekend, right? So it's time to take it to another level, to a higher level of intention. We're going to stop starting our day in this morning default mode, where we just immediately grab our phones and allow it to spew whatever the world got for us. We're going to start our day adding value to ourselves, whatever that is, whatever that means, whatever that looks like for you. We're going to start our day with gratitude. You know, gratitude is the highest emotion, the highest vibration that you can have, and the most powerful emotion. It's always been thought that love was the most powerful emotion. Did you know that? And it's always been believed that love was the most powerful emotion. But then science came around. It was able to study the vibration because emotions are vibration. And your emotions control your vibrational existence. So it was always thought that love was the strongest vibration. But in all actuality, it's gratitude. Gratitude not only increases and raises your vibration, elevates your vibration, but it expands it in circumference. Did you know that? Drop a 1 in the chat if you knew that. Your gratitude is the highest vibration that you can have. And it expands in vibration. Drop a 2 in the chat if you didn't know that and you learned something new today. Gratitude expands. If we was watching you, looking at you as a vibrational field, which is, by the way, the greatest part of your existence, the largest part of your existence, which is much bigger than your body. Your body is whatever size your body is, but your vibrational field goes around your body and at its height can be feet in circumference. I believe between 9 and 12 feet in circumference around you. Your vibrational field can be at its height. That's how you feel me before I walk in the room. My energy's already in this room. My vibration's already in this room. You felt me before I got there. We don't be paying attention to that type of stuff. Pay attention to our mind and our emotions. But if you wake up every day and you start to feed your vibration, you start to feed your soul, you start to feed your spirit. There is a thing called soul food. It's one of my favorite things to cook. It's what I'm serving you right now. It's been the God in me speaking to the God in you. Welcome to Manifest Nation. This is a place where you can always pull up and get some soul food. There's a lot of food out there. This internet is full of places you could pull up to eat based off of what you desire. There's going to be something here that'll feed your ego. There's something here that'll feed your fears. There's something here that'll feed your ambition. There's something here that'll feed your soul. I choose to feed your soul. And trust that as you tap in with your soul, it's going to take you everywhere else that you need to be. That divine version of you that you haven't been paying enough attention to. Let's make today a day where we prioritize the connection with self that we're meant to have. How y'all doing, man? Where y'all from? Shout out to all the followers, all the new subscribers on Twitch. If you're watching from IG, from TikTok, from Facebook, from YouTube, pull up on me on Twitch so you can get this whole broadcast and so you can see the replay of this broadcast. This is morning meditation, spiritual devotion happening every day on my Manifest Nation channel on Twitch. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you get over there and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. So you get access to the private Q&As that I do throughout the month and all the bonus footage. Matter of fact, when you subscribe to the channel, not only are you going to get 8 of my ebooks. I've never done this before. I don't know when I'll do this again. But right now, when you subscribe to my Twitch channel, I'm going to send you 8 of my ebooks for being a part of this evolution, this revolution that I got going on. I'm going to send you these 8 transformational ebooks that are going to help you and empower you on your healing journey, on breaking generational curses, on being the greatest version of yourself, and on creating the realities that you desire. All you got to do is subscribe to my channel on Twitch, and you're not only going to get those 8 ebooks, but I'm also going to send you a digital copy of the Manifesting You workbook. This is a powerful, powerful tool that is going to help you get out of your way, get out of your mind, and tap into your soul. It's going to give you exercises and different things to do to help you shed those things that you need to get rid of, and embrace the things that you need to. But if you're really on this type of time where you want to get on an accelerated path, you really want some transformation to hit your life and then take place. You don't want to be the same version that you are in 45 days from now. When October gets here, you don't want to be the same person that you were October 15th, struggling with the same mindsets, having the same lack of results, of desired results, facing the same fears. If you don't want to be the same person dealing with the same limitations, when October come around in 45 days, listen, what you need to do, I would definitely say what you should definitely be intentional to do is to get into the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. Because in those 30 days, we are going to identify the mindsets and the core belief systems that you have that are tying you to this lack and limitation that you're suffering from. We're going to unlearn those things and release those things. We're going to let them go. It only takes a good 21 days to form a habit. That's what they say. For some people, even less. We're going to have 30 days of unlearning what we need to and relearning what we need to, and then supporting this new knowledge, this new information, this new understanding with the habits that align with your goals, with the patterns that align with your success. And you are going to leave there with a routine for you to follow. The right formula. Imagine the power that's going to hit your life when you're living it with the right formula. When you're seeing it from the right eyes with the right mindset. You know, sometimes you got to change what you see so you can change what you see. You did what I'm saying? Don't let that go over your head. Sometimes you got to change how you seeing so you can change what you see. We're going to change what you're seeing. We're going to change what you believe in. Because a lot of what you're seeing is based off of what you believe in. We're going to change those things. We're going to give you the knowledge, the understanding, the wisdom, the clarity of mind, and the formula for success to get you to your goals in. And in 30 days' time, you've unlearned, you've relearned, you've supported yourself with the habits, and you got a routine. Imagine where you're going to be when October roll around. Don't suffer the cost of staying the same. It's much more expensive. That's the price that you don't want to pay. The cost of staying the same. The cost of missing the alignment. The cost of not being the version of yourself that will create the things that you desire, that will bring the things that you desire into your existence. I'm going to show you how to will these things into your existence. Because 90% of the time, you blocking your blessing. You think it's all these other things, but it's you blocking your blessing. It's you not being in a vibrational match for what it is that you desire, so it can't land in your life. We're going to get you right. We're going to get you in alignment. And you know what? You got about, give or take, 30, 35, 36 hours, give or take, to use discount code GREATER to save $50 on the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. Got about 30 hours left, 30 to 36 hours, give or take, 30 to 36, somewhere around that. Save you $50, discount code GREATER at brianhyppolite.com. You're just going to put that in at the checkout. That discount code going to save you $50. Now, there's 3 different tiers, 3 different levels to the 30-day boot camp, and I'll explain that for you real quick, just so you can know what it is, so you can get in where you fit in. So there is the basic level, the basic tier, that this 30 days of reprogramming and daily direction is going to happen in. So you are in our general tier. What you're going to do is get a 5 to 10 minute video from me every day. You're going to get some type of message, some type of direction as to what it is that you should be doing to become this greater version of yourself. You're going to get daily training videos from me. You're going to get daily assignments to not only use this or have this knowledge, but use this knowledge throughout your day. And then you're going to get a level of accountability, some type of accountability check-in from me. Not from someone else, not from my staff, from me. So first of all, just with what you get from tier 1, I want you to imagine what would happen if you just followed the right plan for 30 days straight. How much your life would shift if you just followed through the right plan and the right formula for 30 days. Let's just start with knowing the right thing to do. I think a lot of us want to do better, but don't know what to do better. You just know that you want better. And so you wake up every day just trying to be better than the day before. But what if you actually had the right blueprint for it? So that's what you're going to get. That's tier 1. That's $197. You could take $50 off right now with discount code GREATER for this 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. It's going to shift your life. That's tier 1. That's $197 for the daily training videos. Tier 2, our premium tier, is $297, and you're going to get everything in tier 1 plus a live weekly group coaching with me, coaching and Q&A. All 4 weeks, you're going to get a coaching and Q&A with me, in addition to everything, the training videos, the assignments, and the accountability check-ins. So how much faster could you grow with direct answers to those questions that you get along the way as you're executing? It's the difference between getting a workout plan and having a coach with you at the gym that's going to make sure that you're using the right form and the right posture. That's going to point out, hey, do this like that. Maybe a few more reps, maybe a few less reps, but they're going to keep you in alignment. So that's tier number 2, and that's $297. And once again, you can take $50 off right now for the next 30 to 36 hours. Discount code greater. That's our premium tier. Now our VIP tier, there's less than 10 VIP spaces available. It's $597, and that's going to give you everything that tier 2 is offering you, plus a one-on-one breakthrough session with me. Now in this one-on-one, this 60-minute breakthrough session with me, we're going to make sure that you get a personalized success plan. You're also going to get daily access to me all 30 days of this challenge. So what could happen if you had me in your corner for every single day of the month? Not only cheering you on, not only giving you instructions, not only being there accountable to you, but being able to answer all your questions. I'm talking about power. 30 days from now, you will either be living in the momentum or living in the regret. And it's all up to you. It's all up to you. And for some people, it comes down to a decision that they're making right now. Are you going to disqualify yourself from this opportunity? Are you going to tell yourself that you can't afford it? Are you going to tell yourself that something else is more important? Are you going to tell yourself you don't got time to do it? You only need a good 15 to 30 minutes a day to really take in this information and then apply it. Some of it, you might need only 5 minutes out of the day, but throughout your day, you need to be actively applying it. You need to be actively aware and intentional to make the decisions that keep you in alignment with this change. Some of it, we just might be identifying what we're uprooting and the ways that it's going to show up in your life and the things that you're going to do to change your reactive habits. Now, whether you need to put that on a note, on a sticky, or alert on your phone, you're going to begin to keep the change in front of you so you'll move correctly when that opportunity comes. Listen, those are the 3 tiers. October is going to be here. The question is, will you be the same person that you were August the 15th? Or will you change? Don't suffer the cost of regret. And don't pay the cost of staying the same. Those are really high, and they come with high interest rates. So definitely right now, pull up to brianhyppolite.com and go ahead and grab your access, whatever tier, whatever level is great for you. Grab your access to the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. It starts September the 1st. I look forward to seeing y'all there. It's about to be a powerful time. It's about to be a real powerful time, man. Yo, I'm about to get out of here, though. I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to go wake up my children and go spend some time with the family. But shout out to everyone that's really been staying in alignment, being that greater version of yourself. Taj, what's going on, King? What's happening, brother? Yo, if y'all not already following this brother, if you're watching this on Instagram, there's someone who just walked in the room, a brother named Taj Mahal. I want you to check out this king and everything that he's doing. I want you to support him in everything that he's putting out, because he's being so impactful in his community, and he's being so helpful to so many others like us, so many others that look like him. So many, man, he's an inspiration to me to see what he's doing. He's bringing bosses together and making some boss moves as a conglomerate. Things that's better for the communities, things that's better for the men, being greater men, greater husbands, greater fathers. Yo, that's love, bro. Salute to you, King, for everything that you're out here doing. And we definitely, it's overdue for us to link. It's definitely overdue for us to link and for us to collab in some way, shape, or form. We got to get it done. We got to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about, y'all. Getting around other great minds, getting around other people who are on a divine path, creating some divinity bonds. Y'all got way too many trauma bonds in your life. We've normalized this trauma bond thing. And we hold on to them, we claim on, hold on to these anchors, these emotional anchors, as if it's something good. I don't want to be bonded through trauma. I want to be bonded through divinity. I want to be bonded through our greatness. I see the greatness in you. You see the greatness in me. We both see importance in doing some great thing over there, and we're going to compliment each other along the way. We're going to endorse each other along the way. We're going to help each other along the way because we believe in what's going to come from that greatness. I want to get around some people like that. I want to get around some people who we both share the same vision of who we want to help. You want to help those people? I want to help those people. How can we get together and help those people? Yeah. And that's what Manifest Nation is all about. Shout out to everyone that's been a part of any of my Manifest University communities in the past, everyone that's in the Manifest mentorship program. Y'all already know what type of time it is, the way I'm coming and what I'm bringing. So to everyone else, welcome to the world. Welcome to this Manifest Nation where the divine minds, divine souls, divine energies get together, link up, and move mountains, break generational curses, and create generational wealth. And we making it cool. All that sucker shit y'all been on, it's outdated. All that being less than what you meant to be, just so you can follow someone else's plan, all that carbon copy, destructive living, that shit's old. That's dead, gang. We ain't on that no more. We ain't niggas no more. We've tapped into the divine spirit within us. We gods now. We identify with the God within us. We don't identify with the goon that we grew up being. I don't identify as that hoodlum no more. I enjoyed it. there goes that other side of me that we was talking about. Like I enjoyed all of it. I enjoyed those years of my life where all I wanted to do was just have a successful criminal enterprise. I don't understand what the problem is. Why these people are making it so hard? All I'm trying to do is just be a good gangster. You know what I'm saying? We're not aligning with that no more. I want to be a good father. I want to be a good husband. I want to be a good leader. I want to be a good creator of a legacy. I can't wait for my grandchildren to get here so I could tell them how I locked in and changed our reality. I can't wait to leave here and my great-grandchildren are getting told the stories of what our bloodline used to be like up until your boy came through, made some changes, and changed the entire trajectory of our family. That's what I want now. That's what I'm aligning with. So I want to align with people that's on that type of time, that type of wave, that type of frequency. If that's what you want, then make sure that you subscribe into Manifest Nation so you could be a part. You could be a part of this amazing community that I'm building. You're going to get access to the access to the Discord. You can network with me and chop it up with me, build with me in the Discord. I look forward to seeing you there. Let's connect. Let's build. This is really what it's about. If you're in Phoenix, Arizona, and you on the type of time that I'm on, let's connect. Let's build. Thank you. Before I get out of here, I gotta say this. Thank you from the top, bottom, middle, left, and right of my heart. Thank you for all the support. Thank you to everyone that's been shopping with me at brianhyppolite.com, whether you've been getting books, getting into my classes, or picking your price and downloading my music. That Tropical Depression album is a powerful document of healing. And thank you so much for downloading it, for vibing to it, for sharing it, for telling other people about it. Thank you so much for streaming the music on all platforms. Thank you for supporting me when I show up in your city. This is the moment where we decide to align with our greatness and our glory. And I'm so glad that you were here. I'm so glad that you was present. Last thing I want to leave you with is if you want to work with me one-on-one, my mentorship collapses time and shortens the path of transformation. This boot camp is powerful. It's going to build momentum. My mentorship rewrites your foundation completely. When you're in mentorship, I'm going to help you over the period of 6 to 8 months. I'm going to help you dismantle the beliefs and behaviors that have been holding you hostage. And we will rebuild your entire operating system. And this is for those who want mastery, not motivation. If you want that accelerated path, make sure you send me a message, a DM on whatever social media you're connecting with me with. Tell me that you're interested in that manifest mentorship. I'm gonna get you more information on it. If you want to work with me and have me work with you one-on-one for 6 to 8 months to break generational curses and help you create some generational wealth, I'm gonna help you create some assets and publish books. If you want to be a published author, if you want to start a business, different things like that. If you got a business, you want to scale it, I'll show you how to do that. But more importantly, there's that creating wealth side, but I'm really big on that breaking generational curse side, which is generational healing starts within. Big shout out to everyone that's been going to BrianHyppolite.com and getting their generational healing starts within t-shirt. Thank you for supporting the merch as well. Listen, I love y'all to life. I wouldn't water you if I didn't want you to grow. A rising tide raises all boats. You hear me? So if this was an inspiration to you, make sure you share it with someone else. Make sure you inspire someone else. If you're on TikTok, IG, YouTube, Facebook, the recording's not going to stay up here. You got to come over to Twitch so that you can get access to the recording. Make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe my Manifest Nation channel so you can get more of this on a daily basis. And I'm going to give you this one last reminder. The cost of staying the same is always higher than the price of change. All right? Come over to Twitch, hit subscribe. Let's start building. I'll see y'all in the Discord. Be great, be powerful, be gods. This is Brian Hyppolite. This is Manifest Nation. Here we don't wait for change. We make the change. Y'all be great, be powerful, be gods. I'm going to talk to you in a minute. And I'm going to see you at BrianHyppolite.com. Discount code GREATER. Got 30 hours left, 36 hours left, give or take. Discount code GREATER going to save you $50 on your access to the 30-day Manifest Bootcamp. I'm going to tap in with y'all tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care.